Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? Simisola Lagos. I like that name. Salam, salam. How are you all this evening? Salam alaikum. How are you all? Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. So we'll just give it. This is going to be a very, very, very quick live because I am literally standing in for Sister Oyinko. Everyone, please make dua for Sister Oyinko. She's actually not feeling well. That's why I had to step in for her today, and we thought that she'll be feeling a little bit better. We thought that she'll be feeling a little bit better to be able to join us for this live at 6 p.m. But I just got a call that she is still not feeling very well at all. So please make dua for our sister. May Allah grant her shifa, and make dua for all of our Muslim brothers and sisters all over the world who are ill, whether it's from this coronavirus or any other illness that they may be battling with. May Allah grant them shifa. Allah, who is a shafi, may He grant them shifa. So assalamu alaikum everyone. As I said, I've been standing in for Sister Oyinko because she hasn't been feeling well. We thought that she'll be able to still do the live this evening, but unfortunately she can't. So this is going to be this is so impromptu. This is going to be a very quick session. I just, because I know that there are sisters who literally wait for 6 p.m. every day to be able to join these. So I wanted to make sure that there's something for you to take away this evening, even if it's just a short reminder. So I have been sharing on the page today about really taking a step back to reflect as Ramadan is coming to an end, and asking ourselves the critical question of how do we want to leave this Ramadan? In what internal state do we want to leave this Ramadan? It's not too late, subhanallah. It's not too late. We're still seeking Laylatul Qadr. We're still seeking this bonus night that is better than 1,000 months. And so it's not too late for us to turn to our Rabb. It's not too late for us to turn to our Rabb and to really seek a connection with Him, and to really beg Him to transform us from the inside out this Ramadan. And to not only look at Ramadan as an isolated month, but to look at it as a training ground for us, to show us what is possible, so that we can then go on to do more and put in more effort after Ramadan has ended. So that's kind of that's why that question is so important. And if you haven't had a second to answer it in our story, or even reflect on it yourself, take a second and ask yourself, what internal state do you want to leave this blessed month? And what small act of worship do you want to take with you beyond Ramadan, that you commit to Allah and say, Ya Allah, I can't do this mountain of things that I've been doing throughout this month of Ramadan, but Ya Allah, this one deed, I want to be able to do it throughout the year, not just during Ramadan. Ya Allah, accept it for me as a means of me drawing closer to you. Accept it for me as a means of me drawing closer to you. So just pick one deed. Reflect on how you want to leave Ramadan, and then think about one small deed that you've been consistent with this month that you want to take beyond Ramadan. Because we know the hadith that Allah loves small and consistent actions. Allah loves small and consistent actions. Subhanallah, a lot of us grew up thinking that this Deen of Islam was a tough Deen, was a hard Deen. And if you're Yoruba, you might have heard the word imoli. to be used to describe Muslims, that our own faith is just too gish, gish, gish. And, this is really a reminder to us that our deen is not, Allah does not give us anything to burden us. There's nothing that He's asked us to do that should be a burden for us. Everything that Allah asks us for, everything that Allah asks us to do is for our own benefit. And this deen of Islam, wallahi, it's an easy way of life. So let us look at the small deeds, the little ways that Allah has made it so easy for us to earn His reward. I can see my auntie dropped in. Hey, Harry. Let's look at what are the small ways that we can earn rewards. And it's something as simple as setting an intention. So if you wanted to learn Quran or learn a new surah, and you say to yourself that, okay, I'm learning this for myself. I'm learning this so that I can teach my children. And it will be a source of beneficial knowledge to teach them. And they can go on and, teach their children. And you stack your intentions for each thing that you want to do so that you can have multiple rewards for that one deed that you are doing. And look at the little sunnahs. So some of the things that I've been reminded of doing is, for instance, is dusting our bed off before we go to sleep. And say A'udhu Billah 3 times. Or sleeping on our right hand side. Or what's another really small one that I've remembered to do? Saying Bismillah. These little deeds, making sure whatever you do, you start Bismillah. If you're leaving your house, you say Bismillah. If you're washing the dishes, do dhikr. Say Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. Do your dhikr while you're doing these mundane tasks so that you can elevate these everyday tasks that you're doing into ways for you to earn rewards from your Lord. So that's really been the first thing that I've been discussing on the story. But the second thing that has been really huge for me this Ramadan is around dua. And there's so much that I've put out there. I put a link in the story to a series, three podcast episodes. I think it's episode 19, 20, and 21 of the Resilient Woman podcast, where I've been sharing about making dua, the benefits of making dua for ourselves, the benefit of making dua for other people, and the barakah in that. Because whenever we make dua for ourselves, the angels are saying Ameen. So the barakah of making dua for ourselves and for others, then the etiquettes of making dua. How do we make dua? And in the podcast, which I advise you all to go and check out if you look at our story after this live, I broke down the dua of Prophet Zakariya and what lessons and etiquettes we can take from the dua of Prophet Zakariya to help us to craft our own duas. And then the other big thing is how to make heartfelt duas and not just regurgitate duas that aren't connecting with us and don't make us feel like we're connecting and speaking to our Rabb. So what duas how can we craft personal du'as apart from, in addition to using our Quranic Rabbanas and our Quranic du'as, how can we also craft heartfelt personal du'as that is, basically us talking to our Rabb. And help in using our du'as as a way of us to communicate with our Rabb and also as a way of connecting with Him, having that one-on-one connection with Him. So I also shared in the podcast about how we can craft heartfelt du'as, and it's also something that I share with my Dua Affirmations community. So if you're not part of the Dua Affirmations community, where have you been? Where have you been? And take a second to head to the link in our bio and just join and sign up. And you'll have the opportunity to watch the replay of my Golden Moon Live, where I really, really went deep into how I've been using dua to really transform my life and transform my relationship with my Creator, and so many other resources that I share with the Dua Affirmations community. And I'll be sharing some of those exclusive resources in the story with you all today, inshallah. But honestly, making dua, heartfelt dua, I also share that. And using the name of Allah, that's like one of the bonanzas. Using the name of Allah as we craft our du'as, and then pairing and linking our du'as with affirmations. And this is something that, again, I teach through my dua affirmations workshops. I actually had a masterclass this morning with a group of amazing sisters from all over the world. You know, we had sisters in the UK, we had a sister from Sri Lanka, subhanallah, who's currently living in Bangladesh. We had sisters in Nigeria. So it was just an amazing gathering of souls, alhamdulillah. And we gathered to learn about how can we reconnect with our Rabb this Ramadan, with the time that we have left, and how can we create du'as from our hearts. So that's something that I really encourage all of our listeners here today to do. Sign up to the community, have a look at the replay of the Golden Moon Live, have a look at the resources that I've shared about dua affirmations. I've shared 10 of my dua affirmations. If you sign up to the mailing list, you'll get those straight away. 10 of my dua affirmations for a barakah-filled week. And start thinking about what are the areas in my life that I really want to surrender unto my Lord. What are the areas of my life that I really want to use as a means of reconnecting with my Lord? How do I want to be? How do I want to be internally? What are the things, what are the negative emotions that I need to let go of, that aren't serving me? And how can I surrender those to my Rabb? How can I lay them at his feet? How can I surrender to my Lord? And how can I lay them at his feet? And how can I do this consistently and not just when I'm in my deepest times of need? Because that's generally the times when we find it easiest to make heartfelt dua to our Rabb, when we are in our dearest, deepest times of need. But how can we have this feeling? How can we have this deep connection with our Lord? How can we talk to him about the simplest things, like wanting to be more patient with your children, or wanting the strength to be able to get through the day, or wanting Allah to bless you with clarity and focus so you're able to complete your tasks to a high standard, or wanting to put barakah in your day so that your day is not a drag, or wanting abundance, or wanting Allah to take control of your risk. So everything, our day-to-day lives, every aspect of our lives, every decision that we want to make, even if it's, what platform do I want to use to host my next meeting? Something as simple as that, dedicating it to Allah and saying, do you know what, Ya Allah, if I go onto Google, there's a million things to choose from. Ya Allah, guide me aright. Guide me to the one that's going to be best for me. So not just looking at the big decisions, but how can we be talking to Allah for even those small decisions that we have? So that's really been the big theme for me this Ramadan. And as I said, I shared a lot in my podcast episodes, and the link is in the story. And I would advise you all to take some time to go and listen to those episodes in particular, where I listen to all of them, but in particular, the ones where I talk about the etiquette of crafting du'as and how to craft heartfelt du'as. This is the time of du'a. My dear brothers and sisters, this is the time to make du'a. This is the time to make du'a. This is the time to invest in reconnecting with your Rabb. So I would advise you all, I would love you all to join my Dua Affirmations community. As I said, I share a lot of resources about how to make heartfelt du'as and how to reconnect with our Rabb through du'a. And yes, as I said, this is actually a very short live. Sister Yinka was meant to do the live and the takeover today, but fortunately she's not feeling well. So please make dua for our sister. Everyone, including myself, was really looking forward to it. But I just thought to come in and, I don't want to disappoint the audience. I know you all look forward to this every day, and we've been consistent throughout the month of Ramadan, so we didn't want this break in transmission. So I just thought to jump on to just give a really short reminder. But as I said, I've shared so many resources this Ramadan that I would love you all to plug into. I would love you all to share. And particularly, as I said, around dua and around how we can have a soulful Ramadan and reconnect with our Rabb. So it would be amazing for you if everyone here could share those resources, share the podcast link, share this video, share our posts, and share the knowledge, because sharing beneficial knowledge is amongst the deeds that Allah has told us will benefit us even in our graves. And that's why we do what we do here at Fariha Network, because we want Allah to count it as a source of beneficial knowledge for us, as a source of sadaqah jariyah for us, so that everybody who is involved and everybody who benefits and everybody who then shares with other people who then benefit, that compound reward is there for each and every one of us. So Jazakallah khair for joining me for this very short live. Join the conversation and the stories, inshallah. I really want to hear from you. What internal state do you want to leave this Ramadan in? How do you want to leave this Ramadan? I want you all to reflect on that. And really use the remaining time that we have left to reconnect with Allah from our heart and our soul. And then how are you making dua? How are you making dua? Listen to the podcast episodes, look at the tools that I've shared, and use them to create your dua list. I make my dua list every Ramadan, and I have my dream dua journal here that I've been using since 2016. I've been using this journal since 2016, writing my du'as every single Ramadan, my big aspirational du'as, if you can see that. I started doing that when I attended Muhammad Al-Sharif's Visionaire Dream Dua course. So since 2016, since attending that course during Ramadan 2016, I've been writing my du'as down, and I review my big aspirational du'as every year. Every year I review my big aspirational du'as. So this was my du'a list from 2018. Just so you see that I'm walking, I'm not just talking the talk. This is something that I actively do. So, literally writing down all of your du'as. Write down your du'as. So that in the middle of the night, when you're a bit drowsy, you don't know what to say, I literally have my du'as for everything written down, and I can just read it. And I revisit it every Ramadan. I write it in the same list. And I also have something else that I call a secret du'a list, where I literally have a secret du'a list of people that I want to make du'a for. Because again, there's a hadith that says, of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that says that every time we make du'a for someone else, the angel says, and for you the same. So I have my secret du'a list for people that I make du'a for, my family, my friends, people I've never met, but I admire them from afar, because I want to make sure that as I'm admiring them, there isn't any element of jealousy there. There isn't any element of jealousy there, and so I make du'a for them. I make du'a for them. Aspirational du'as. What's an example of a big aspirational du'a considered? So for me, I will share my big aspirational du'a from last year. Let me give you an example. So what I usually do, I'll just look at three areas of my life that I really want to focus on. 3 areas of my life that I really, really want to focus on. And so I had 3 areas here that I want to focus on. One of them was a happy and blessed home. And so I would create du'as for that focus area, having a happy and a blessed home. So du'as for my husband, du'a for my children, du'a for me, for Allah to make me a nurturing mother and homemaker, and put barakah and love and rahmah into my home. So that's like a big one. Another big focus area of mine from last year was clarity, conviction, and confidence in my work and pursuing my calling. And that's what you're all seeing manifesting this year. It's that du'a for clarity, conviction, and confidence in my work and in pursuing my calling. And I've been seeking Allah to bless me with ease, with strength. I've been seeking refuge against anxiety and stress and depression and laziness and fatigue. I've been seeking Allah to bless me and put barakah into my wealth and my rizq, and to shower me with abundance. So that's like an example of my big du'a area. So my home, my work, and pursuing my calling. And then my final area is reviving my relationship with Allah. That was my other big aspirational du'a from 2019, which is still consistent now. These are still the 3 areas of my life that I'm working on. Reviving my relationship with Allah, acts of worship of the heart, peace of mind and tranquility, that ease, that sakina, that tawakkul Allah, and then a sound heart at rest and at perfect peace. So those are my three areas. Those are my three areas. And it's taken a while to get there. It's taken a good, 3-4 years of making different types of du'as to get to these three. And these three are still my three pillars right now. And I feel like they're still going to be my three pillars for the next 5, maybe even 10 years. My home, my work and my calling, and my relationship with my Rabb. So you have to, also, go through your process. And you will find that year after year after year, things that are not even that important anymore, you take them off the du'a list. As you grow and you develop, you find out that, I actually don't really want that. And I realize that these really are my three pillars. They are my three pillars. And so those are that's my du'a list from, if you can see here, guys, it says Ramadan 2019. And for me, it was review, revisit, and renew. And for me this year, it's the same thing. Literally, subhanAllah, those are still my three areas. So as I said, I do this, I go through all of this in more detail with my dua affirmation community. I had a masterclass, this morning with 14 amazing women. I love you all so much. Jazakallah khair for trusting me and investing in going on that journey with me. It was such a profound and amazing session, alhamdulillah. But this is the type of stuff that we work on together, really helping you distill what are the areas of your life that are truly, truly important to you, and how can you craft du'as around them, and how can you use them as a stepping stone to reconnecting with your Rabb. So as I said, I keep saying this, join the Dua Affirmations community. There's amazing things to come. We have paid resources, but we also have free resources, inshallah, but you won't regret it. And inshallah, in the stories, I'm going to share some more of my dua affirmations with you all, inshallah. But as I said, go check out the podcast if you vibing with me right now. If you're vibing with me, go check out the podcast. There's literally a whole 30 days worth of amazing content there for you all, and join the Dua Affirmations community, because I'll be sharing a lot more of my personal reflections on this topic with that community. So on that note, I'm gonna head off, inshallah. I don't think there were any other questions. How do you join? Sister Basira, assalamu alaikum. So if you just go to this link, inshallah, you can join via this link, www.duaaffirmations.com/mailing list. The link is in our bio as well. It's in our story. If you go to our stories and swipe up, it's there. It's in our bio. It's literally there. Sister Basira, you can even drop us a DM with your email, your full name, and your WhatsApp number. We will add you to the list as well. But go and check it out yourself, inshallah. And you'll get some resources straight away. My dua affirmations, my 10 dua affirmations for a barakah-filled week, as well as the replay of my Golden Morn Live, inshallah, and details of all of our courses and our workshops, inshallah. So yeah, if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to hop off. This was literally just meant to be a quick 15-minute thing, but you've got me vibing. Thank you, Sister Shanka Hajia, for that question. Alhamdulillah, I hope that everyone found me sharing some of my aspirational du'as with you. But, as I said, I have my big aspirational du'as, but I also have my little things as well. I ask Allah for the littlest things as well. So, as I said, I had a masterclass this morning, and I didn't know how I wanted to go about it. I knew that I didn't have the strength to be able to do a 2-day workshop, but there were sisters who were calling out to me and really wanted me to teach them about how to create their dua affirmations. And I just gave it to Allah. I said, Ya Allah, help me put this together, guide me, let me know how to do this thing. And I just literally silence, so you're able to hear where Allah is directing, and feel where Allah is directing you to go, and just trying to take it easy and not try and push it yourself, and just say, Ya Allah, grant me ease and show me the way. So even in the little things, the little decisions, what platform am I going to use? How should I host this thing? Taking a second and just breathing and just saying, Ya Allah, direct me. And just that silence, cut out the distraction so you can listen to what Allah is trying to tell you to do. And seek His counsel. That's what istiqara is there for. Seek His counsel in all of your decisions. Even if it's something small, like, what am I going to eat for dinner today? Seek His counsel in the littlest things, so that when those big things come, it's easy for you, inshallah. khair. All right then, thank you all so much. Thank you for the meeting also. Oh, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, sis. If you're not part of our community, sis, I want you to join us. Oh, Harry Coco, you're still there. Love you. Thank you all so much. I'm gonna cut it out there, guys. Jazakallah khair. And as I said, be sure to join our community, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum. Let me do a quick picture.